So Ayesha Curry recently was on Red Table Talk with Jada and the family, and something that she shared that she felt was really personal to her. She, in so many words, social media is buzzing over this, and I think it was taken out of context, which we'll get into later. But she basically said, when she was asked from Jada, she was asked, or they were all asked, like, how do you all handle, like, how groupies are, or basically how women are and handle your men. It started off kind of in that way. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not even going to cut to the video. Just go back and look at the Red Table Talk with Ayesha Curry and all the Currys. But she jumped in and said something about basically how Steph, he gets a lot of attention.
A lot of attention from women, from fans.
From groupies. That's what it was.
And they would be out, and the women would pretty much damn near show no respect and just come asking for pictures.
Just all types of stuff.
Yeah.
And what she shared from her perspective was she doesn't get male attention, and like it would feel good to know as a woman that she could basically get that attention. She's saying she doesn't want it necessarily, but it would feel good to know that she could receive the same type of attention. That's what she said. So right. What we want to talk a little bit about, like, I want to know from you, and being a wife, I would want to know from you your position overall, how you feel about what was said, and if you were Steph Curry,
let's take it steps at a time. Let's take
steps at a time. Okay, what's your position, like, on what she said? What's your take on it?
My position on what she said, and for right now, let me go off of what I've seen on social media. I don't believe half of them watched. Probably 80% of the people that's commenting on social media, I don't believe they watched the whole thing.
I agree.
There were some comments and posts that I saw that led me to believe they couldn't capture the value of what she was saying. They didn't capture the true strength of what she was saying. So I'll start there. I think some of the people commenting, they were totally out of the loop. They just kind of jumped on the bandwagon. So that's that. As far as what she said, I don't believe she said anything that was cringeworthy or anything like that. Especially being somebody that's been in a relationship for long periods of time. Like,
I agree.
I don't think she said anything cringeworthy. Hell, truthfully, newsworthy to where like it's taking over people's social media posts. I don't think she said anything that was that crazy. You know what I'm saying? As far as now, we can get to the question you was about to ask.
So if I were to say that, this ain't Steph and Ayesha Curry. Like, if I were to say, like, man, I think Trav get a lot of female attention. Let's just say, because we probably have to take it a little bit out of context. Let's just say you were
out of context. Like,
you were a little bit more popular.
Several $1 million out of context.
Let's just say, I don't know, it's because, okay, a lot of people do know you. Like, you get...
I meet a lot of people.
You get a lot of attention. So let's just say, like,
I wouldn't say that.
Whatever. So let's just say I was like, man, a lot of women come for my husband.
Right.
Like, it would be nice to know for me, because I don't get that attention, and this actually really happens, y'all. I don't get this type of attention. It would feel good to know, like, other males saw me the way that women saw you. That's how I took what she said.
Okay.
How would you feel knowing that I was saying, like, I wanted more male attention?
Well, first let's start off by this. she gets far more attention than she lets on to, or maybe that
that's another part of the
or maybe
discussion.
then she even notices.
Because I think Ayesha does too.
I believe you. When Ayesha first broke the scene, I'm like, damn, she fine.
But I think that goes into another part of the discussion. Like Jada and them were saying, I don't think she sees it.
She might not, but that don't mean it's not happening. And especially, like, there's a lot of guys out there who are ruthless and they don't get no about your relationship, your marriage, whatever. Even if it's just like y'all dating. Men are ruthless. But there's also a lot of men out there that respect boundaries and they won't, especially if you're high profile, they're not finna be the dude that was caught on camera shooting it at Steph Curry's wife and this, that, and the other. So it don't mean that they wasn't shooting stuff. As far as how I feel, if that was to be my wife in that situation, it's a thin line. I think you have to know your relationship. In my opinion, I wouldn't care that she said what she said. And the reason why is because we've been together forever. And being someone who personally has felt like, yeah, my wife said, but I don't hear it on the outside. I personally have felt that, like, yeah, the validation on my wife, like, yeah, it's cool, but, like, man, I get fly. There's some of them days where you be like, man, like, I know somebody was looking, you know what I'm saying? They might not get the look back, but, like, I feel what she was saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, like, I'm craving attention or nothing like that, but I understand what she was saying. Like, even conversations with you, we've had conversations in which my good morning beautiful, my hello beautiful, they don't always mean the same as somebody that don't know you and they see that outward beauty.
So so you saying it's not a reflection on Steph saying Steph is not enough?
Heck, you know.
Because a lot of people are like,
nah.
Like, you with Steph Curry, like, why is you tripping?
People see the outside and look in and feel like they got the whole blueprint on everything that's on the inside. They don't see the whole picture and the whole floor plan.
So regardless of them people, it's talking about her. Do you feel as though it's not with her saying what she's saying?
That has nothing to do with Steph.
Steph
can call her beautiful every morning. Steph can talk about her beauty and want her. He's the one who's supposed to want her. But sometimes she might feel, absolutely it's her.
All right. Because people are saying to her, not Steph, not saying something's wrong with what Steph is doing, but people saying to her, how can you not have enough with Steph Curry? So do you feel as though she's wrong? And I can tell from your answer, but not saying Steph doing anything wrong. Do you feel as though she's wrong for feeling as though, or do you feel as though she feels like Steph is not enough?
I don't feel like she feels Steph is not enough.
That's what people are saying.
That's the simple answer. No, I do not. I feel like that's a part of her makeup as far as what she wants right now. And some people want to know that they're wanted outside of their makeup. But I don't think she was wrong in what she felt. I think the wrong part would come if she acted on it. Like okay.
That's what people are saying, now she's opened the door. Like, if that's her feeling, she wants somewhere deep inside to act on it.
I can understand why people would say that. I can understand why people would say that. Because if you don't want a certain action, you don't open the door for it. But I think it's a little bit deeper.
I think it's a lot deeper.
I don't think it's well, we'll talk about that, but I think you open the door to certain things. However, no different than me saying nail and nail sounds the same. I think you can say something and people presume or assume that it opens the door for something when that's not what your expression is trying to garner. You're not trying to get that attention. You're just saying how you felt in particular situations. It's not to say, yeah, I want people to shoot it at me. It's saying at some point,
I noticed that they don't.
I noticed that they don't, and it would have felt good at some point to know that somebody thought Ayesha Curry was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Outside of what I normally get, it's some days I walk out the house and I don't feel what people are saying that I look like. I don't feel as handsome or as good looking as people say. However, when I hear it, it feels great. You know what I'm saying? That, in my opinion, is what she was looking for. The confirmation that even on my bad days, or not necessarily on my bad day, just like when I'm going out, like I'd like to be acknowledged as like, you look good, or this is that and the other. Like, so I don't think it was as deep as people are making it as far as what she's trying to get. I don't think she's trying to get 100 dudes in her inbox or nothing like that. Could that potentially happen? Yeah, because everybody don't think the same, so everybody is not gonna take it the way she meant it. So.
And I wanted to go back and touch, because now that you've said that, because I don't think, because people are saying, oh, people probably ain't been hitting on her because they respect her because she married and blah. That's bull, like, whatever. I think that what has happened, and Jada hit on this, but again, people didn't watch the whole thing, is, and I try to tell him, I don't see a lot of what he sees, because I think there's a radar that you have, and that radar is turned off, and because you're not necessarily looking for certain things, I think that I think that people probably tried to come at her in her DM, but because let's say a certain man might say, hello, how you doing? I'm good, I'm hanging with my husband. And because she responded that way or whatever, I just threw that example out there, but because she responds in a certain way, they know, oh, she ain't going. And it cuts off so soon that she didn't notice that was them shooting their shot.
Could be. Or, I mean that's an obvious answer in my opinion. Like, I believe that the radar exists. I believe that the vibe that you put out is equivalent to the vibe that you get back. I do believe some things get through the cracks. I would say in her case, it probably don't, because the dude from 43rd ain't got no direct connection to Ayesha. You know what I'm saying? Like if he could shoot it in the inbox, he would.
I don't necessarily think the dude from 43rd is the one that's shooting the shot. It might be the dudes that's kicking it with Steph every day that make the same money as Steph. But because that's not what her focus is, that's not where her energy is, I really truly feel that, like, and another thing that Jada said in the interview is, you know who notices it, even though you may not notice it, your husband does. And a lot of times, like, you've said that to me, like I saw such and such, and I'd be like,
from the vibe to,
I ain't get that.
Like, this hello might be different from that hello or the normal hello. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
I was just like, hey,
it's stuff like that. You know what I mean? It could be as simple as the guy who introduces himself and wants to kiss her hand. It's like, that's like, nigga, you don't know. Like, or dude, you don't know. Stuff like that. Like, it could be some small stuff. It's a vibe, and you feel that vibe, especially when it's your significant other. You know what I'm saying? And
he don't see it when it's in reverse, though. When I see the chicks hitting on him, man.
Sometimes
full-blown conversation,
but that's not 100% true. Sometimes I do see it. Sometimes I can spot the differences in the hellos or the extra attention and conversation that you're paying me versus my wife when it's a general conversation, stuff like that. So sometimes I see it and I'm able to do something about it, but there's some times I don't, because I approach the situation with the genuine, oh, we having this general conversation, like all fun, all love. And when that slipped through, her radar goes off versus mine. Mine don't go off because I don't go into it with the intentions of that. So I think in Ayesha's particular case, she might be getting it, but she don't go into it with that intention, nor does she expect these people to do it, especially if her husband around. Like, people would vibe to her, and I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? So she might not, like, that might be so far off her mind that she misses the subtlety of their flirtation or their extra attention and stuff like that. So do I think, long and short of it is, I don't think she was wrong for expressing that. I believe that she was speaking from her heart, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. If there's anybody that's been in long-term relationships, I've not met one couple who's had a relationship last longer than 15 years and they've not dealt with nothing. From eyeballing to actual cheating to whatever, like, they've always dealt with something. And I think in this long-term relationship, we don't know exactly what she's been going through. We don't know all the inner workings that was going on at that time. Maybe Steph wasn't shooting her that attention because he was so focused on his career. I don't know. I'm not suggesting it, just throwing stuff out there. Like, there's something in their dynamic that the world would never see. But in their particular case, maybe there was something going on because she had kids. Like, maybe she didn't feel desirable. And no matter how much he told her she was, she didn't feel it. So it would have been nice to hear it from somebody else outside of somebody who loved her, because people feel like it's no different than even with my wife. Like, I tell her I love her and how beautiful she is, and there's some days she like, you just saying that. And it's like, no, I really feel that. But because that's your mate, that's your spouse, you feel like they're obligated to say it. So I want to hear it from somebody who's not obligated to say it. I want to hear it from somebody who don't have X amount of millions to lose if I said screw him, or who don't have to deal with what our future is like with our kids because you told me I was fat or this is that and the other. Like, no, you want to hear it from somebody because in your mind that's a genuine source versus the person that loved you because you feel like they now have obligated themselves to say it to you, which I hate that.
Or they see you differently.
And they see you
like
different.
A mama and a child. Like,
right.
Yeah. Like,
every mama's child is beautiful.
The macaroni car, that's beautiful.
No, because a mama can tell you can tell your child they macaroni suck. What you can't tell your child is you ugly. There's not a mama out there that's gonna be like, you ugly, or baby, you could use some work, or like, there's not a mama out like when people establish that love and they've been around for so long, like that, like in some cases, you saying I'm beautiful is like, no, you see me because you see me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You see that internal when I got boogers in my eyes, or I'm trying to be lovey-dovey and I got nose critters and all of that. Like, you still see the affectionate side, or you still see the love and all of that. Like, no. But a girl over there is going to tell me when I'm looking right. You know what I'm saying? And that feels good sometimes to hear versus like you telling me I look good and I just woke up, my hair well, all that good stuff. So I think that's one of them situations where it's extremely minor in a relationship, but everybody just blew it way out of proportion. In my mind, this shouldn't even have made the memes, and it should not have been this big. It should not have been this. I
hate when we agree like this because it's harder to make the videos because I want us to like have a debate. But I totally agree with everything he said. He said everything, and this video probably already too long. But tell us what you want.
You had some stuff that you wanted to say,
but you covered a lot of it because you went to the points. But
because I knew we were talking about Ayesha. Hold on, I got something.
Hold on, he got notes. First, he already like half an hour.
My thing is, this could be natural for some people, especially the people that's commenting. Like some of the people commenting, it's like, come on, man. Like every relationship you had, but I digress.
I got some people that said like they just want attention, or how could she just want that attention? And hell, they post stuff all the time on their social media trying to get attention. So it's a human response.
I've seen dudes talk about how fine she is, and she got the perfect husband with all of that money. This is proof that women can't be satisfied. I'm saying all of that. No, this is proof that people are people. Humans are human. Can I curse?
You can curse.
Because it just naturally rolls off. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. Things happen, like mentally. Why do you think people like Chris Farley and other celebrities who are at the prime of their career kill themselves? Like that money don't create some sense of stability mentally. Mentally, you are just as whatever you are. If you're in an okay position or a down position, like you could be just that same way when you're in a position where you got all of this money and social power. You know, like Ayesha Curry has social power. Like if she puts something out there, motherfucker gonna run with it, yada yada yada. Like, but this just goes to show to me that people are people, and money don't change that all the time. I'm sorry.
To stay on that point for 1 second, people talked about like Beyonce, and Beyonce, she didn't say the same thing, but she admittedly went through some of the same insecurities and talked about how she didn't feel as beautiful and all the stuff she went through after having twins, and like people don't understand. Like look, Beyonce, like it's only like 3 people I know that don't think Beyonce is beautiful.
I brag different. My wife Beyonce or whatever.
But even she, being who she is, went through her insecurities and
her issues.
To flip that, somebody posted, one of my friends posted, if this was Jay-Z posting something about like wanting attention, like we'll be going crazy. And it's like, well, he didn't have to post it because, well, I'm not even gonna get into that because they went through their issues, but at least she said what she felt and didn't act on what she felt. I'll say that.
Yeah.
What was your last thing?
The last point, it was pretty much piggybacking off what I just said. It was basically that the fact that if nothing else, this is a lesson that money does not mean exclusion from issues, real life issues. Like just because you got money, it don't mean that you won't have depression. It don't mean that you won't have insecurities. It don't mean that you won't have these thoughts that apparently social media and the people in it feel like are taboo. Like you are gonna be a normal person, and I believe Ayesha exposed herself as a normal person, and people don't know how to deal with it because they put her in this perfect lifestyle, perfect, like you got the perfect husband. They don't know if Steph go home and ignore her every day or whatever.
They don't know.
And I'm not putting nothing out there bad about Steph. Like I love the couple in itself, but they don't know. Exactly. We don't know. Like none of us know. You know what I'm saying? So you can't go off of that. So like, when I hear stuff about celebrities, especially when it has anything to do with relationships, I'd look at what it is. Like, it's a couple going through this. Thousands of other celebrities that we've heard different stuff about their relationships. They are people. They experience hurt the same way we experience hurt. they hurt people the same way we hurt people, and so on and so forth. So I don't even think this is a big deal that should have been picked up. But because it is, I do want to talk on it because I want more couples to really realize that it's not just you going through it. And the same way Steph replied in support of his wife is the same way I think you guys should take your approach. Don't let the outside world dictate how you handle your relationship. You know what I'm saying? And
I appreciate her for saying it so that people can see that everybody think, all marriages are perfect. Everything is perfect. It shows that we are all human and we all go through stuff and we deal with our stuff in different ways. And you can think that just because somebody got a millionaire husband who popular and who win an NBA championships that everything is perfect, but no, she has her feelings and like stuff. I'm so glad that she expressed it so that people can truly see, even though people gonna see things how they want to see it, but people can truly see, and that's why we have our page to show that transparency, that it's not perfect, but we make it work how we make it work.
And if they ever got the chance to see this, Steph and Ayesha, I salute y'all for how y'all handling this. Keep it the same way. Don't let the outside influences affect how you react in your relationship. Because as a dude, you hear all the stuff in social media, you could have reacted a whole different way, but you came out in support of your wife. I don't know what the conversations are behind closed doors, but what I admire is the fact that you kept, like, you did it that way, and you came out 100% in support of your wife. You know, even though some people have that negative thought, like, oh, it means something about you, or this, that, and the other. You're a real dude for that, and I salute y'all as a couple. So y'all keep that up, and we'll do the same.
When y'all watch this, Steph and Ayesha, y'all keep that up.
Make them watch. Okay. Well, make them
but what are y'all thoughts? Share y'all thoughts. We are open, all thoughts and opinions, even if they are different from ours. Share it. Tell us in the comments what do you all think about the whole situation. Please watch the whole video, though. I would suggest
the whole Red Table Talk. You gotta watch.
Watch the whole thing because I think you'll see a different context from it.
Yeah.
But share your thoughts in the comments. Please comment. Let us know what you all think about the whole situation. And you got anything else?
Nope. Just go watch that. And then let us know what y'all think.
Please.
And let us know what y'all think about our opinions and all of that good stuff. Good, bad, ugly. I ain't gonna say I don't care, but
we don't mind. We would like everybody to share all of their
I want y'all to share it.
We like open dialogue.
Yeah, so
because it makes it more fun. Because you see how this one fun for me because he agreed with everything. I like when we disagree sometimes.
And I think you all sharing y'all opinion is going, like, it could open me up to something that I'm not seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a relationship expert. I can only go off of what I've been through and, like, some of the things that I see and learn from. But maybe you guys have some more experience, some more psychological approaches to the situation. So that I don't have. So y'all let us know what y'all think. And that's pretty much all I got for him, baby.
That's it. Okay. Y'all share your thoughts and comments. We know that this was long, but we hope that it was interesting for you guys. We'll be sharing more stuff with you on the page, sharing more with you about our move. I already said
move, money, marriage, all of that.
Did I already say where you were going? I think I already
South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
yeah. So, yeah, my husband already left me and moved 700 miles away. But we'll be sharing more with you all about that. Everything that's going on. Thank you all for just continuing to support us. We are back. We are better than ever, and you guys will see more of us very soon.
Love y'all. Bake rich and tired.